Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Play Dirt Outdoors. Today I'm going to go over my Axial SCX10 III Coyote build, what I've changed and why I've made some of those changes, and how the truck seems to be performing now. Currently the truck weighs about 8 pounds 5 ounces, so it's not a lightweight truck. Most of that weight, almost all of it, is down low, is that the axles are lower though. Starting with the wheels and tires, those are Enduro wheels. With the factory Maxxis Trepador tires. I was able to deglue those from the rims using some nail polish remover, 100% acetone. Set them on, put a little bit of acetone in the bottom of a Tupperware container with some wrenches in it. Set the tires 2 at a time on the wrenches, capped it off, and let the fumes do the work. And they ate away the glue and pulled the tires away from the plastic rims. I was able to save the foams and the tires and everything, so that worked out really well. Just check on them about every hour or so and see how far they're coming. I put brass inserts in the front wheels, just to give a little bit more weight up front. Let's see, inside the tires I'm using the green silicone, Enduro silicone inserts. I also took the outer stage of the factory 2-stage foam and wrapped it around the insert as well, because they were just a bit too soft. They were way too soft actually, and that seemed to give it a little bit more support until I can get some blue inserts coming. I'm going to get some of them though. I'm running RC Lions plus 10mm wheel hexes to widen the stance just a touch. They're working just fine. For the axles, I'm using, I guess it's BR Cat W Park Amazon special axles. They're working just fine. They came with brass covers front and rear. They came with weights front and rear. I removed the weights on the rear that bolt on there. I also put the aluminum differential cover on there to take some weight off the rear. Left the brass one up front. For the overdrive, I ended up taking the factory ring and pinion out of the plastic axles and installing it into these metal axles, because they come geared the same as opposed to the Coyote's 10% overdrive. So that allowed me to keep my 10% overdrive, and that bolted right in. Everything was fine. Plus I got some Mias 14% overdrive portal gears for the front, so that effectively gives me around a 24% overdrive, total front overdrive. Keeps the it works really well, keeps the turning radius tight, helps pull the truck up and over obstacles, and keeps the rear from pushing the front around so much. Totally great one, love it. Shocks, I'm running the Enduro DRX dual rates. I've got the yellow springs top and bottom in the rear with a little bit of preload. I've got yellow spring on the bottom with a green spring on the top for the front with a little bit of preload as well. It's working out great. It's running really good. But the best thing I did was the shock mod. I put a couple of screws, tiny screws, in each piston inside the shocks. Added some 80-weight oil, and they are performing great. They give a lot more control, is less tippy. When your weight shifts on a side hill or something, it doesn't want to just flop over, but you still have plenty of give for the suspension to move how it needs to move and to move freely. Working out really well. Let's see, I went over the weight distribution. Oh yeah, the front links, these are Club 5 Husky links, steering links. I think they're for a Gladiator, but they're working great for, I needed a little bit more clearance for the tighter turning radius, because these axles also allow a little bit more steering, I think 50 degrees. But what I was running into was the stock steering linkage was hitting the cover, the differential cover. When I would turn to full lock, I couldn't get all my steering out of them. So I replaced those. I'm happy with that. Let's see here. I got some Mias drive shafts, front and rear. See if I can get in there. And yeah, there's a little front. And there's a rear. Mias front and rear metal drive shafts. Those are great. The front, the rear is a 109 millimeter, and the front is 84 millimeter. Something that happened when I did that was, and I thought something was wrong with my transmission or something. I thought the gears, I thought the worst, but I was getting an incredible amount of noise, creaking and squeaking from the drivetrain, especially under load, mainly under load. And after a little chat GPT action, I discovered that if I put some red and tacky inside the sliding portion of the drive shafts, that quieted it down all the way completely. Now it doesn't make a sound as quiet as a church mouse, just about. You know, I mean, there's a little bit here and there, but it's as quiet as stock. Let's see here. Also, back to steering, I added a Hobby Fans 55 kg low profile steering servo, and it's working just fine. It's brushless, it's working just fine. It's a little, I guess it's a little noisy, but it's not terrible. I've had noisier. Let's see. Motor and ESC, Hobby Wing Quick Run Fusion SC 1200 kV motor ESC combo. Loving it. I also put I got these off Amazon. They came in like a pack of 4 or something, man, but they're just little heat sinks, and pop right onto the motor ESC combo. Help keep it a little bit cooler if it needs it. I doubt it needs it. But I also put an SR315 receiver I had sitting around on to replace the 5-channel receiver, because the antenna on the 5-channel receiver, the end of it broke off, and it was giving me all kinds of issues with my steering and everything else, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And then noticed that the antenna was just a touch shorter than it should have been. So I replaced it with one I had sitting around from a DX3 receiver transmitter combo I bought for my Creighton, and threw it on there, and now everything's working just fine. Let's see here. I moved the battery tray from up there to the side. I just took a couple of sheet metal screws, short sheet metal screws, and just screwed it into the tray, or the skid there, just to try to get some weight a little bit lower, and to offset a little bit of that weight from the motor ESC combo being on that side. Let's see here. I've got a piece of aluminum stock coming to run back across here for where the original battery trays sit, to reduce some chassis flex, because it will flex a little bit more now that that's not there. I mean, it's missing a support. So let's see. I think that's it. I think it's about it, but here we go. How to tell you I'm new to the hobby without telling you I'm new to the hobby. I got this Coyote Grande body, and painted it, trimmed it, decaled it, and I'm gonna have to use body posts, which will go right in. But yeah, I didn't think about not having the body post and making the holes for it. So if y'all will bear with me, I'll see if I can do a video when I make those holes, and try not to screw anything up. But let's see, overall I'm really happy with how the truck's performing. It is, the center of gravity is much lower. It is just, it handles so good. It's a little bit wider now, so you got to pick your lines a little bit more carefully as far as going through tight sections, but it's not Capra wide. And yeah, man, this is where we are on the build. Guys, if you like this content, like and subscribe, and I will keep making more. Anyway, have a great day.